Hello, I'm back. And I've decided to draw a little more as soon as I get my mic situated and in a place where I can talk. I can talk. Ah, hi. Excuse me, I'm burping. Yep. Sorry, I was just typing something. I've been noticing his head's a bit off, so I'm gonna try to redraw it a little. I should put on music or something. It's too quiet. Oh, I think I was gonna watch something.
2020 modern remake. I've even read the novel. But today I am playing the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis for the very first time. I already kind of know the lore from the remake and the book, but I want to know why every single massive Resident Evil fan has recommended this gem of a PS1 game. I've played the 2020 modern remake. I've even read the novel. But today I am playing the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis for the very first time. I already kind of know the lore from the remake and the book, but I want to know why every single massive Resident Evil fan has recommended this gem of a PS1 game. So we finally got the port from PlayStation onto Steam. So today I lose my new fan badge and get to blind play through the original Resident Evil 3. A quick disclaimer though, I am on easy mode, so please have mercy. I don't get a massive amount of time to play video games anymore because I'm a dad now. And I just don't want to hate every minute of my gaming time now. So please have mercy on me. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Simply put, this intro is one of the best I have ever seen in any Resident Evil game. It is pure cinema. We start the game during a zombie outbreak that has penetrated Raccoon City and left all of its civilians at the mercy of the undead. A large corporation known as Umbrella, though, has sent in a special task force to save the day. Or so we thought, when in reality, the bastards have sent in a bioweapon called the Nemesis. Its job is to hunt and kill any remaining STARS members so they can't tell anybody of the atrocities that happened during the Raccoon City incident. So this is the story of how Jill Valentine escapes the Raccoon City disaster. Luckily enough, you actually start with a machine gun when you're a noob like me on easy mode, which will at least give me a fighting chance, as I didn't even know how to run. Thank God. Go on, Abbott.
Now leave me alone!
The first sort of
Leave me alone.
getting back into the tank controls and then watching this knobhead lock himself in the back of a trailer, so he clearly doesn't understand how missile strikes work. Should we knock on it? Can you knock on the door?
I told you! I'm not leaving! Never!
Alright, no worries, mate. See you in a bit.
No,
Right, let's burn this rope and get into the next section.
no worries, mate.
With oil, here we go. Oh my god, wait there. Calm down, boys. How'd you just aim at this tank? Come on, come on. Really get close. Come on, lads, get close. Come on, buck up, buck up. Yeah, look at that. Awesome. Right, we're through, we're through. I love how you can skip the door cutscenes. They're well annoying. What the hell's that? Is that a dog? You're damn right it's a dog. Ah! Oh my god. Have it. How'd I do that then? Did a dodge. By accident. Like a ninja. Is that the police station? Can we get in? Oh, we can! We're off in! Let's go! Water's gushing out. Oh, wait there. Oh, Brad, mate. We've got a nemesis! Holy shit. Oh, is this where he puts his dick in his mouth? Yep. His massive hand dick right through Brad's head. Oh, that's not good. Stars. Oh my god, I want to fight him! No way. Fight with the monster, enter the police station. Oh my god, fight him! Fight him! Oh my god. Oh my god, he's grabbed me, Am I dead? Oh, if I die. Come on, Joe, wake up, Joe! Oh, Joe, wake up! Oh, I shouldn't have fought him. No, 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 no! Oh, I'm gonna die. Why have I fought him? Joe, wake up, wake up, wake up! I'm dead. Shit, I'm dead. Well, that was a bit of a sexy moment for a death, isn't it? I shouldn't have fought him. Why did I think I was alright to fight him? What a pleb. Right, leg it, leg it. Enter the police station. Let's go.
I don't mind this guy's video. But does he ever critique? I thought he was going to critique the remake, which I was hoping. Let me see if he does. Because I fucking seen so many and played so many Resident Evil 3 OG playthroughs.
Yes.
Does he just play the whole game? No. I was hoping this video was going to be about. I just kind of watched this blindly. I still like it, but I was hoping more for a playthrough. I mean, a critique of the remake. Hmm.
This'll be the best Christmas yet. The best any family ever had.
The first season of The Simpsons was bizarre. Not bizarre in like a bad way.
This'll be the best Christmas yet. The best any family ever had.
The first season of The Simpsons was bizarre. Not bizarre in like a bad way though, where like it just feels completely different from the rest of the series. It almost feels like a preliminary fever dream what the show would eventually become. At its core and heart, I mean, it's still The Simpsons, but it's just different enough to where it feels like a not lost media, but like a lost season. I mean, I don't know. It just has its own completely different vibe. Like it's hard to put into words, but when you're watching it, it's like you know what I mean if you're watching it. Everything is obviously more primitive and bare bones. I mean, duh. It's just like it's just more charming. I'm not more. It's just charming, bro. Fuck. But Springfield as a whole is still so.
It
ridiculous
is. The
'cause
first
it feels
season
like you're
is
watching like a warped or
so
different
different.
version of the normal Simpsons universe before everything clicked into.
And it's like they can never recreate what the first season was, no matter how hard they try, which is like kind of the sad but also the unique thing about the series.
Place. The animation is obviously much rougher, but I low-key fuck with it. It's like charming in its own way, and I know I keep saying that, but just the facial expressions seem a lot more cartoony, like alive and lifelike. Like the characters' jaws and mouth, it moves a lot more freely.
Hey.
And the camera angles, the camera angles like a lot more unique. Like the perspective or the way the scenes are presented was a lot more ambitious compared to the rest of the show. And the fucking crowd scenes are hilarious, bro. It was like I don't know, you just have like just look at it, bro. Fuck. And there was just a lot of like weird dreamlike shit, bro. Like the walls just have like this weird color for them. I mean, fuck, I don't know. And there was also just like a lot of dream sequences, which is weird because you wouldn't see them in the later seasons. And the season is mainly a Bart and Homer season. And dude, even their voices just sound like different, bro. Not like completely different, but like you can still tell it's them, but just a little different. Like Homer has a deeper and more natural, less cartoony voice. Like just Homer in general is a completely different character. Not completely different, but like, bro, he's like a lot more genuine, seems more put together. Like when he's speaking, he'll just randomly actually like drop like a big idea or a lesson. I mean, all the characters feel more genuine, but like Homer is first a struggling dad and then a complete dumbass. Like it's him that recognizes the problems of the family and he decides that they need to change. And Lisa, fuck, Lisa isn't like that straight geek yet. Like she's more rebellious, more brat like. And so overall it's more grounded.
For real, she's just like a fucking. She's more punk. The first couples, I've been watching the early seasons recently, and she's just like more fucking activist than what she is now. Now she's just like some, like he said, a fucking weird geek. But she used to be fucking pretty based.
Like a lot of the stories focus on ordinary family problems, and you rarely see those in the later seasons. Like the Simpsons aren't broke, but like they're struggling lower class in this first season. And there's like a real sense of unfamiliarity in the season. Like Springfield feels a lot larger and smaller at the same time. Like the locations aren't as well thought out yet, but there's just like a lot more different characters like that just show up once. Like when a side character shows up in season 1, they'll only be in that episode. Whereas like in later seasons, every side character becomes a mainstay and has like a whole episode dedicated to them. And it's just a lot quieter. Like the pacing's a lot slower. Every scene gets more time to breathe. The scenes are a lot more comfortable sitting in silence. Just a much bigger emotional focus, I guess. And like just the night sky is like overly dark, and it just works better for like the more emotional stories that are being told. And yeah, just overall, the tone is just sincere, like a focus on like sadness, depression, disappointment, and like actual, real, genuine family problems. Just shit, bro. The first season just raw and like unpolished. Well, I mean, fuck. Obviously, it's like unpolished, but not unpolished in like a bad way. But more so in the sense where, again, it's charming. I mean, it's different. It feels like handmade. Like it has a surprisingly amount of heart, whereas the show evolved into a more fast-paced comedy. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. I mean, fuck, this is my favorite show ever, dog. But just like the first season has its own vibe. I wish it was replicated a little bit in the later seasons.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was Class Key Sopo. I forgot that they were making that the Rugrats people.
If you were to ask someone 20 years ago, who are the faces of Marvel, you might be surprised to hear that it's not Cap, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. It was actually Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Hulk. Before the phases of the MCU graced our movie theaters, these three characters were firmly sitting at the top of Marvel's food chain. So when the MCU did come around, you'd expect these characters to be the best of the best, right? If you were to ask someone 20 years ago, who are the faces of Marvel, you might be surprised to hear that it's not Cap, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. It was actually Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Hulk. Before the phases of the MCU graced our movie theaters, these three characters were firmly sitting at the top of Marvel's food chain. So when the MCU did come around, you'd expect these characters to be the best of the best, right? Well, for two of them, I can say they've done a pretty good job, but for this dude right here,
Look out!
Bruce,
Damn.
he is big trash. The MCU has completely massacred the Hulk. This dude has been so trash for like 10 years now, and it's genuinely unacceptable. What the hell is this? Who is this? Now, y'all know I'm DC's #1 glazer, but after watching Deadpool and Wolverine and seeing the trailer for the new Captain America movie, I realized something. Did everyone forget how garbage the MCU Hulk is? In the new Captain America trailer, we get a look at the 97-year-old Harrison Ford's Red Hulk. And
Yep.
as I witnessed another Gamma monster, I specifically remembered how horrendous the MCU Bruce Banner is. It almost seems like Marvel gave up on the Hulk, which I blame on two reasons. Section 1, the speedster treatment. Much like the speedsters of comics, the sheer power that they hold is hard to translate into a live-action universe. So, like a speedster, Marvel decided to nerf Hulk's powers into the ground to fit the story. And Section 2, misunderstood characters. Over the years that the MCU has been popular, the Hulk has had a lot of different images. In the 2008 movie, he was a feared monster, and by Endgame, he was whatever the fuck this is. Starting with Section 1, when the MCU was first established, the second movie ever created was the beautiful, Incredible Hulk. Now, I don't give a fuck what no one says. This movie was peak MCU Hulk. Sure, it had a few problems, but the Hulk reached his all-time high in 2008. Why, you might ask? Because the Hulk was not fucking around. They had the whole government after Bruce Banner. Bruce himself was terrified of turning into the Hulk. Plus, the aspect of his heart rate being the way he turned was always better than the I'm always angry bullshit. Now, Abomination wasn't my favorite villain, but what this movie did better than any other MCU project involving the Hulk did is that Hulk actually wins his fight. I swear Hulk did not lose one time in this movie, and good. That's how it should be. In the 2008 film, every time Hulk got hit or knocked down, all that happened is that his eyes grew greener and he got back up. I am so sick of the Hulk getting knocked out or losing 1v1 fights to bums. Respectfully, Thanos should have gotten packed up in this fight. I don't want to hear anything about it in the comments. Now, the 2008 film is the best portrayal of Hulk in my opinion, but the 2012 Avengers film did a pretty good job too. In the very first Avengers movie, Hulk was pretty badass. One of the first scenes when Black Widow is trying to recruit him onto the Avengers is an all-time badass. One of the first scenes when Black Widow in the very first Avengers movie, Hulk was pretty badass. One of the first scenes when Black Widow is trying to recruit him onto the Avengers is an all-time great scene for me. It was tense and Banner seemed unpredictable. Banner is surrounded by the military because they know if the Hulk is let out, they're hopeless to stop him. I feel like Hulk has lost his unpredictability, which in turn has made him weaker. Again, everyone should be scared of what might happen if he got angry. The Hulk has lost his fear aspect in the MCU. Yes, the Hulk is a superhero, but that does not mean people aren't shitting their pants when this fucking thing is coming after them. The Hulk damn near fights his team as much as his enemies. This is a big problem because what the fuck is this? I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Get him off the screen. Get him off the screen. But back to 2012, as the 2012 Avengers movie progressed, the Hulk seemed like the Hulk. He went toe-to-toe with Thor, he got glazed by Tony, and he hit Loki with the WWE finishing move. After the I'm always angry scene, which I will talk about in a second, the Hulk did give the business to Loki's army, and he did feel unstoppable. The Hulk was strong in this movie. However, in Age of Ultron, this is when the trend of the Hulk losing his fight started, when he lost to Hulkbuster Iron Man. Now, you just can't convince me the Hulk is losing a fight in a 1v1 straight hands. This brings up another point. If the Hulk is able to lose a fight to Iron Man, this means Iron Man is stronger than the Hulk. So what is the Hulk's purpose when others on his team can do it better? The point of the Hulk is to be the ace up the Avengers sleeve. When all hope is lost, they bring out the Hulk and he turns the tide. But if Iron Man can beat him in a fair fight, then he really has no point to be there. If he's not the strongest there is, then what's the point of him risking a rampage? Then in Thor Ragnarok, we see Hulk again, and he fights that big-ass wolf and wins, fortunately. But that fight really had nothing to do with the storyline, and if you took it out, nothing would have changed. They really just needed something for Hulk to do in that movie. But then it starts to get tragic in both Infinity War and Endgame. The Hulk is such a laughing stock. First, he can't even turn into the Hulk in Infinity War after he got his ass beat within 5 minutes to a no-gauntlet Thanos and is reduced down to this.
Yeah.
You got yourself screwed now.
What is that? That looks so lame. Who thought that this was better than the fucking Hulk? Who at Marvel or Disney, whoever decided this, thought that this was fucking... This is so embarrassing. No wonder he fucking left. I'm not even trying to hate Mark Ruffalo. I think he's a really awesome person. I think he's really cool. I think he got fooled into thinking, a lot of the actors got fooled into thinking that these were cool roles to do. And I'm not saying that the MCU's terrible, but they really misunderstood and fumbled a lot of aspects and a lot of characters and aspects of like the fucking whole universe, the themes and whatnot. It's just so confusing that I can't even use proper words. It's just this fucking, oh god.
Then he constantly gets outshined by other heroes like Iron Man and Thor that use him to show how powerful they are instead. And then don't even get me started on Professor Bum, because I mean, why, out of all of the Hulk's forms that he could be, why would you choose this one? I mean, this is so whack. Overall, he does nothing to benefit the team physically as the Hulk or mentally as Bruce Banner. I'm not joking when I say this. Are you fucking serious? Why is he not doing anything? How did he lose this fight so easily, man? I can't get over it. It's not like we're dealing with some random no-name bum. This is the fucking Hulk. He's on the Mount Rushmore of Marvel heroes. Why is he such a bum? I can't believe that they try to transition him into a comedic relief butt-of-the-joke character. Like, does nobody in the studio realize how depressing the Hulk is?
To kill me, but you can't. I know. I tried.
Now, I have to blame the nerfs of his power on Section 2, because even if the Hulk isn't as strong as his comic counterpart, that does not mean his character has to be this much of a loser. To have the Hulk constantly overshadowed is such an odd choice to me. In my opinion, the Hulk is the most interesting Avenger. His conflict between Bruce Banner and the Hulk sets his character apart from any other hero in these movies. The Hulk and Bruce Banner are not one and the same. The Hulk isn't some random buffoon who likes to run around and destroy things. You have to think of it as more of a newborn baby. He's scared, he's looking for peace, and he doesn't understand what's going on yet. In the 2008 film, I feel like they do this rather well in my opinion, and this scene alone establishes that. However, in the 2012 film, that part of Hulk kind of just disappears and he actually becomes some random buffoon who likes to destroy things.
Yeah.
But then the I'm always angry scene comes.
I'm always
This scene
angry.
is one of the best Marvel scenes, and I disagree. If you really think about it, this scene makes no sense at all. If Bruce is always angry, why isn't he always the Hulk? Why does him being angry all the time give him the ability to control/turn into the Hulk? Are the Hulk and Bruce Banner two separate people here? These questions are not answered, and did everyone forget that not even one day ago he was trying to kill everyone around him in the hangar? If Bruce was always angry, why didn't he just stop attacking? You cannot convince me that the Hulk goes from a mindless destroyer to a team player in one sentence. Taking orders from Captain America not one day after almost killing Black Widow simply just doesn't make sense. Why didn't the Hulk start beating Steve Rogers' ass right here? Oh yeah, I get it, because he's always angry. Section 1 and 2 go hand in hand. The Hulk is by far the strongest Avenger, but he's also the most reckless. The Hulk is a nuclear bomb. He can be extremely helpful, but he's also extremely dangerous. He doesn't take orders. He's not a member of the team. The Hulk is a last resort. So when he's on a team, he needs a reason to be calmed down. And in Age of Ultron, it's shown that Black Widow is needed in order to calm the Hulk down. So he's not in control here, but he's a team player here. So which is it? Does the Hulk have control or not? Are they scared of him or are they not? It's very unclear what Hulk's motive is, because the I'm always angry scene suggests that Bruce Banner is in control of the Hulk, but later in Age of Ultron, Hulk starts tweaking out at the sound of his name.
You're Bruce Banner. Right. Don't mention puny Banner.
So what the fuck is going on? So even though the Hulk is a nuclear bomb and could go off at any moment on his team or civilians around him, they seem to bring him along to every mission that the Avengers goes on. So this makes you wonder, is he really that destructive as he says he is? This leads right to the fight between Iron Man and the Hulk later in Age of Ultron. If the Hulk is struggling against Iron Man, who should be a no diff for the Hulk, and Iron Man is able to crack jokes while fighting what should be the scariest threat he's ever fought, it makes it so the Hulk really isn't that much of a threat as we've been told he is. This scene alone takes away every bit of power that the Hulk had. This isn't even mentioning the horrible decision to make Black Widow and Bruce Banner a couple. I mean, why is this the route that they went? Where is Betty? Betty Ross isn't just some love interest for the Hulk. She is quite literally the only thing that Bruce Banner and the Hulk have in common. She holds the key to calming him down, so where the fuck is she? You can't just give her character to Black Widow. That not only takes away from the Hulk, but also takes away from Black Widow. Then this goes right back to him being a team player with no consequences. So again, this scene doesn't make any sense. Why would she need to calm him down if not 4 shots ago they were doing a team-up scene? Then at the end of Age of Ultron, we see Hulk leaving the team and drifting off into space. Does anybody know why he's doing this? Where the fuck is he going? So far, Hulk has been nothing but a role team player, causing no problems that fucking Iron Man couldn't fix. So why all of a sudden is he mad at his team and leaving the planet? Then this goes into the shit show that is Thor Ragnarok. I fucking hate the Thor movies. If you're one of the few that can see past the shitty jokes in the Led Zeppelin scene, you come to realize that this is when the Hulk dies in the MCU. Ragnarok takes multiple parts from the Planet Hulk comic, which is one of Hulk's best comic runs, and they decide to make Thor the main character instead, forcing the Hulk to be a side character in his own adaptation. On top of that, Hulk doesn't even win his fight against Thor because Thor randomly becomes a god mid-fight. I guess if Iron Man can whoop Hulk's ass, why not Thor too? The once feared green monster is reduced to throwing temper tantrums in a skirt. And this is so embarrassing. And the only fight that Hulk was able to win was the big CGI fight against the Wolf that had no impact on the story at all. And by Infinity War, Hulk is used as a jobber to show how strong Thanos is. Yeah, this is the last time I ever want to see Hulk on the big screen, and it's ending up with him getting clapped by a no gauntlet Thanos. And then, after all that shit,
Hulk out.
Bruce.
Damn.
Damn.
now you might say, Professor Hulk is in the comics, Worms. Yeah, I get it, but that doesn't mean we need to see him on screen just because it's in the comics. especially when the Hulk's character isn't even developed in the slightest, and in no way, shape, or form are Bruce Banner and Hulk compatible enough to do this. The last time we saw them, they hated each other. Hulk wouldn't even come out to help Bruce Banner in the fight. So all of Hulk's growth was done off screen, so it doesn't count. Basically, the Hulk is one big joke in the MCU, and at this point, there's really no returning from it. From a feared monstrous threat to getting his ass beat in 5 seconds. The MCU has completely lost the plot when it comes to the Hulk, and no one can say otherwise. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Hulk, and what else you'd like me to talk about. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Welcome to the Cat's Motel. I'm Cats. Would you please sign in?
Modding! Ultimate Marvel 3. Continue to add more characters. Apparently there's like another trailer. Did it go live today, chat? And yeah, there's another one. And they said like you'll want to see this one. And I'm like, hey, oh what? Hey, it was on the front page of Twitch. No spoilers! What? Is that Thor? Is this just a trailer asset? I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna pause it anymore. I knew about this. I knew about Bad Mega Man. We had him. We had an early version of him. I like the offbeat Mega Man theme. Oh my god. Oh, that's right! It's base. It's okay, so it's not Bad Mega Man, it's actually base. Callie worked his ass off to make this possible. Because he has like weird functionality. Based. I'm gonna call him Bass. Steve will be happy about this. Steve really likes Bass. I don't like his big ass bat wings on his head. Based. Interesting, you can aim it. Yeah, he has like a pilotable doge. He's like almost like a puppet character. Oh, he gets the scarf. Cool. What? Who the hell? Wait. Why does he look like Mega? Tell me the lore. Why does he look like Mega for a second? Is that just a different form? What the shit is this? Why does he have a devil trigger? This is OG design. Oh.
Oh.
It's an extra costume. Why is he Kazuya? Callie's characters are always nuts.
That's pretty crazy having base for the first time ever.
What in the hell? What? Everyone's got business attire? We gotta do a Rate the Super on all the extra characters. Wow! We gotta do a Rate the Super on all the extra characters in Marvel 3 DLC. I'm just calling it Marvel 3 DLC. It's not even mods. It's just Marvel 3 DLC. Damn, look at that team, dude. No way!
Proceeding with extreme caution.
No way they No way. Finally? Mega Man is in the game. Regular Mega Man is in the game, not X.
Oh shit.
No way. Is he gonna be a Smash 4 model? No way. After 15 years. Bro. Chat, this is so technically long in the making from fans because, my dude, right around when Marvel 3 came out, Inafune was taking a hike from Capcom. Like, he was either being outed or something was happening, so Mega Man wasn't in dick for a long time. It was like, Mega Man's not going to be in shit. You had to wait until like 2018 for Mega Man to show up in Mega Man 11 again or some shit, dude. Like, there was almost like spiteful angst against Inafune for a very long time, and here we are. This is wild. What's he gonna look like? Eternal Yoshi, wow. And who else made it? Heath, did you make it? You made this shit? Wow. Wow, it's like a mix of his Mega Man 11 model. Wow. Wow, it's actually like Marvel 1 Mega Man. Holy shit. The way Mega Man should be. Actually just hold a buster. Oh my god. Does he do tornade and like soccer ball and shit? He does! Oh shit! He's got Danger Warp? What the hell? Interesting, he could aim the tornado behind you. Cool. Cool sound effect as well. I love it. Wow, dude, he actually has his Marvel 1, Marvel 2 playstyle. What the hell?
Oh damn, dude.
Wow, Sentai Man. That's crazy that they made that happen. Wow,
Beat the ball.
How in the shit did you get Beat Plane? How in the dirt shit did you actually get Beat Plane to work? Chat, like, you gotta understand, these are mods, dude. Like, these don't just happen. Holy shit. Happen. Understand, these are mods. You actually get beat. How that happened? What the hell? Wow, Sentai Man. That's crazy that they made that happen. Wow, dude, he actually has his Marvel 1, Marvel 2 playstyle. What the hell? Wow, Sentai Man. That's crazy that they made that happen. Wow, you guys, how in the shit did you get Beat Plane? How in the dirt shit did you actually get Beat Plane to work? Chat, like,
That's so cool.
you understand, these are mods, dude. Like, these don't just happen. Holy shit. Oh no, he's got the gear shit from Mega Man 11. Oh no,
shit.
He's got a hyper mode. Level 3 hyper mode? Level 3 install? Strider shit? Wow, wow. Oh, he's a big piece of shit, actually. He's gonna be a big piece of shit. He's got DP as well. Nice. Cool music. The double gear stuff. I forgot that was in Mega Man 11. Nice. This is cool. This is so crazy that they have the Mazinger Z Mega Man reference. Wow, dude. Wow. Wow. The poster actually becoming a reality, dude. Amingo. He's still back here. Amingo's still back here. Dude, the Mega Man, the fucking Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3 pose? God damn. Regular Mega needs to be in a fighting game again. That's nuts. X has been in stuff. He's been in stuff. Yoshi did all the cool stuff. It's very... Is that a Nova version of Mega Man? Shout out to everybody that's done this shit. Holy hell. Shoutouts to all of the mod team that continues to work just because they love this shit, you know? Several people on here that helped us out in the MVCIB side, you know, just kept on making stuff, just kept moving forward and making crazy shit in Marvel 3. They don't get paid to do this, no. No, they just do it. They just love it. This is great. Congratulations. Palette Swap Community Edition continues to grow, you know, continues to just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So sick, dude. That's so sick.
That was an amazing mod. Oh my god. It made me a bit teary-eyed. Sometimes stuff does that. It's weird. Like, sometimes trailers will just make me get kind of emotional. I don't know why. But that was really cool to see Mega Man in Ultimate Infinite, whatever the hell it's called. No, that was 3, not Infinite. What the hell? Hmm.
The presence of mud was one of the most iconic traits of fighting on the Western Front. The overwhelming, omnipresent sludge through which trench lines were dug and in which millions of men would lose their lives. Mud was a powerful element, powerful enough to cease the marching of the strongest armies and grind entire campaigns to a halt. But it was so much more than just a logistical headache. It was a nightmare, an overwhelmingly claustrophobic, inescapable nightmare for those who faced it on campaign. We all know what mud is. We all learned in school about how its presence could slow down armies. But it was so much more than that. The hellscape of mud is, I believe, too little appreciated. So in this video, we're going to be discussing the role of mud in military campaigning through a wide variety of time periods, from the Napoleonic Wars up to the Great War, not by looking at the statistics, but by listening to the words of the individuals who dealt with it firsthand. For, as simple as an idea as it may seem, the terror of which I speak is something only truly comprehensible by those who were there. We'll begin our tour in Virginia during the winter of 1863, where the Union General Ambrose Burnside is attempting to cross the Rappahannock River. Now, you can read all about that campaign in your own time if you'd like to learn more about the who, what, and why of it all, but for our purposes, just know that this advance has been halted due to heavy rainstorms. And we're going to take up the ill-fated expedition, which became known as the Mud March, through the words of Jesse Bowman Young, a veteran of the war, in his book, What a Boy Saw in the Army. They were stalled by the mud. The bottom had dropped out of the entire region. Mud is no name by which to describe the sticky, miry, pitchy, unfathomable, and unexplored semi-fluid beds of stuff which filled and overflowed the roads, every one of which was transformed into an abysmal slough of despond. That army was literally stuck in the mud. Infantry mired, cannon bogged, horses stalled, wagons sunk axle deep in the squashy clay, everybody calling for help and no one able to render any, and the whole force of 100,000 men as absolutely helpless as though the rebel army had come upon them when asleep and bound them hand and foot. Here is a cannon deep in unknown depths of viscous and gelatinous slime, mixed with an undercurrent of quicksand. A score of horses are hitched to it, and they flounder and sink to their bellies in frantic and ineffectual exertions, some of them drowning in the mud and trampled under the feet of the others, which with desperate tugs and struggles strive to keep a footing in the mire and do the bidding of their drivers, who urge them vainly out of the gulf of mud in which they have become inextricably mired. A strong rope is now hitched to the gun, and 50 men tug at it without taking an advanced step. The gun does not move. Another detail of 50 men is added, and the whole 100 pull with all their might and main, and with the same result. Still another detachment is brought, and 150 soldiers, brawny and stalwart, with shouts and curses and cheers and utmost endeavors, unite in the effort to pull the cannon out of the mud. But it will not budge. And there it stood. And there the army stood, bemired, covered with mud, enduring the storm, chilled to the marrow with the sleet and the piercing wind, out of rations, and only 6 or 7 miles from their camps, and no way to get food, literally stuck in the mud. As we move through all these accounts, pay particular attention to the words witnesses use to describe the substance of mud itself, and how similar much of it can be. Mired in gelatinous sludge, stuck in abysmal semi-fluid slime, viscous, unfathomable, sticky, sucking, pulling depths of horror. By the end of reading through all these accounts, a lot of them begin to blend together with just how similar they all sound. And if you think that I'm being dramatic there, let's look at another example from a different source a generation later. This one comes from the First World War, a book titled Mud and Khaki, again written by a veteran about his experiences. It is only after you've seen a battery of field artillery on the move in winter that you can realize at all the enormous importance of good weather when an advance is to be made. You must watch the horses laboring and plunging in mud that reaches nearly to their girths. You must see the sweating, half-naked men striving without standing veins to force the wheels round. You must hear the sucking cry of the mud when it slackens its grip, and you must remember that this is only a battery of light guns that's being moved. That's the thing about this particular horror, is that it transcends any one time period, any one campaign or war. It's something almost universal to military history, whenever there were armies, dirt, and water. The Siege of Sebastopol, for example, during the Crimean War, is often viewed as a sort of preliminary to the First World War, owing to the use of trench networks and the like, yes, but also owing to its terrible conditions that were brought about by cruel winter storms. In one letter home, Sergeant T. Going of the Royal Fusiliers would write from the trenches, "Dear parents, once more a few lines from this miserable camp. Mud, mud, mud. We have plenty of work in the camp, and 'tis bleak, cold work in the trenches, standing up to our ankles in mud and water, with hardly sufficient food to keep body and soul together." In another letter, he would describe how we were standing nearly up to our knees in mud and water, like a lot of drowned rats, nearly all night. This is 10 times worse than all the fighting. We cannot move without sinking nearly to our ankles in mud. The tents we have to sleep in are full of holes, and there's nothing but mud to lie down in, or scrape it away with our hands the best we can, and soak to the skin from morning to night. So much for honor and glory. Later on, the same book which recorded those letters would describe the British camp as one vast sheet of mud, the trenches in many places knee-deep, and it would describe how men would die at their posts out of sheer exhaustion. And of course, that book, alongside all the other sources that I use in this video, are all going to be linked down below, mostly as free PDFs for if you'd like to read these sources yourself and learn more about the context and the like. And if you're interested in learning more about the Siege of Sebastopol in particular, my friend Daryl with the Ministry for History has an excellent video on that subject, which I strongly recommend it, and that as well will be linked down below. But thus far, I've only covered so-called modern wars, Victorian and onwards. But these problems, they were far from limited to the days of steamships and rifles. The French monk Michel Pintoin would write in the 15th century about how the French knights at Agincourt were weary even before the battle began, having to trudge through mud up to their knees. Roman soldiers at the Battle of Abritus in 251 AD would become stuck in the mud after chasing an enemy into a marsh and were cut down at range as a result. Even the biblical book of Judges, chapters 4 and 5, describe the Battle of Mount Tabor. "And I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand. The earth trembled, and the heavens dropped. The clouds also dropped water. The mountains melted from before the Lord. Then were the horse hoofs broken by the means of the prancings of their mighty ones." It was mud. Mud, which choked up the Canaanite chariots, which broke the legs of their horses. Now, as usual, biblical stuff, it's going to be a lot of different potential interpretations, and I'm by no means an expert there, but a lot of my basic searching, at least like around like what people theorize happened, blah, 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 like whether it even did happen, all that sort of stuff, it all basically comes to the same conclusion that I've seen, that it was flash flooding and the resultant mud. This is a very common theme throughout history, and as armies only get larger and more complicated, as theaters of war widen and sources become more in-depth, even the men who were there are writing more about their experiences in greater detail and everything, well then those core themes only grow stronger. So let's return to an area that I'm more familiar with, lest I overstep myself. To the Napoleonic era, where Napoleon himself would come to detest what he classed as God's fifth element. The emperor's style of warfare, after all, was quick moving. It relied on effective communication, rapid maneuvering, and being on the attack and everything. But in Poland and Russia, Eastern Europe, that's not always possible. One of his soldiers, Jean-Roch Cognier, I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but he would write about how, "In the environs of Pultusk, the roads had disappeared beneath the waters and mud. One sees only wrecked carriages and horses buried to the belly. The 6-horse coaches of the emperor, in spite of all precautions, upset in frightful bogs, and it is necessary to lead a horse to one of the coach doors to enable the emperor to extricate himself from this dangerous predicament." We have by now well seen how much of a nuisance mud could be to commanders and foot sloggers alike. but dangerous. What does he mean by a dangerous predicament for the Emperor? Well, the answer has been hinted at already, but mud could do an awful lot more than simply clog up supply lines. If the stuff was capable of swallowing guns and carriages, it could do the same thing to horses, mules, and men. And we'll learn more about that right after a word from this video's sponsor, Extra Wallets. Hey there, Timmy. It's been against New Orleans in the War of 1812. A disastrous campaign even well before battle was met, as the army dealt with severe supply shortages, a horrible climate, sickness, and frequent enemy raids. The account is rife with heartbreak and privation, not the least of which, when Gleig lost, of all things, actually a stocking, a single sock, when he fell in the mud and it sucked the article down so quickly and tightly that he was unable to retrieve it. Something that may sound a little silly, but when the army's baggage is so far behind, that meant that he had to go on with only one stocking for a couple of days in freezing cold marshland, where the army couldn't even light fires because it would alert the enemy to their position. It was, in his own words, one of the most disastrous consequences of the campaign, his losing that stocking in the mud. But the quote that I really want to share with you has a far deeper consequence yet, as Gleig would lose much more than just an article of clothing. All trace of a way had entirely disappeared. But not only were the reeds torn asunder and sunk by the pressure of those who had gone before, but the bog itself, which at first might have furnished a few spots of firm footing, was trodden into the consistency of mud. The consequence was that every step sank us to the knees, and frequently higher. That march was taking place at night, and without even moonlight to guide them. It was incredibly dark, meaning that it was difficult to select our steps, or even to follow those who called to us where they were safe on the opposite side. At one of these places, I myself beheld an unfortunate wretch gradually sink till he disappeared. I saw him flounder in, heard his cry for help, and ran forward with the intention of saving him. But before I had taken a second step, I myself sank at once as high as the breast. How I contrived to keep myself from smothering is more than I can tell, for I felt no solid bottom under me, and continued slowly to go deeper and deeper till the mud reached my arms. Instead of endeavoring to help the poor soldier, of whom nothing could now be seen except the head and hands, I was forced to beg assistance for myself. When a leathern canteen strap being thrown to me, I laid hold of it and was dragged out, just as my fellow sufferer became invisible. It's because of accounts like that I wear the poppy every year. Remembrance is something that means so much more than just the 20th century onwards. But lest you think that this is a phenomenon restricted to the marshlands of the southern United States, let's return to Europe. Another of Napoleon's men, and heads up, this next quote does contain a brief reference to suicide. In Poland, the roads are not paved. The trouble has been taken of tracing them through the forests, that's all. During the winter, and when the French army tracked over that country in all directions, we encountered oceans of mud, which it was impossible to cross. The mud of Pultusk has become unhappily celebrated. Mounted men have been drowned in it with their horses. Others have been seen to blow out their brains, despairing of ever getting out. And of course, 100 years later, armies were still dealing with these same problems, and worse. There are genuinely just countless cases of men, wounded or otherwise, drowning in mud on the Western Front, or being shot out of mercy to spare them that fate by their own comrades. It's better a bullet than a slow, choking, claustrophobic death. Sir William Beach Thomas, in his book With the British on the Somme, describes the pitiful state of warfare in the mud quite aptly. Rain had fallen and reduced the carious particles to a state of foul swampiness, to a slough of despond, where men waded to the hips and only the strongest could cross. In this cockpit, the Royal Scots and others charged and struggled. They saw their wounded sink out of sight. A friend struggling to rescue a friend sank himself, and the two looked across at one another, each helpless. For a day and a night and a day, under the rain of heathenish shells and grenades, our men wrestled to turn these pits into fortresses and keep back the enemy from a few paltry yards of Flanders. Not once or twice have men been drowned from sheer weariness in the water of the trenches. These men were drowned in mud, in primeval slime. They fought like lions a battle of eels. So many of these terrible principles of what mud represented in warfare, both logistically and individually, would reach their zenith in the First World War. Because in the trenches, men weren't just marching through terrain in long columns, churning it up as they went. They were living in it. They were encased in it. It wasn't just water and dirt to be passed over. It was something else entirely, something more monstrous. Historian Matt Leonard offers an apt description, how the mud was not just wet earth, but a combination of the many kinds of filth produced by war. In the dry, men still bled, vomited, defecated, and urinated. Water and food were still spilt in the trenches, and the earth contained the remains of thousands of rotting corpses and the ugly detritus of war. Drainage was not easy, and surface water would often remain in trenches and shell holes for days, harboring disease and death. Such nightmarish conditions could truly only be imagined by even the most troubled minds of Sebastopol or New Orleans. This was a mud that came to dominate man's senses in every way. His feeling, his sight, his smell, all of it just inundated, clogged up with mud.
Now, the mud at Passchendaele was very viscous indeed, very tenacious. It stuck to you. Not only your putties were solid mud anyway, but it also stuck to you all over. It slowed you down. It got into the bottom of your trousers. You were covered with mud. And the mud there it wasn't liquid, it wasn't porridge. It was a curious kind of sucking kind of mud, because when you got off this track with your load, it drew at you, not like a quicksand, but a real monster that sucked at you.
Describing the mud as a monster, a sort of beast, a living entity, it's a really common trend in the accounts that I found from the Great War. It's difficult, I think, to really wrap one's head around how readily a person could be swallowed up by this earth, literally speaking. It's the sort of thing, I think, that can only truly be understood by the people who were there.
It was a nightmare, because all you had was a couple of duckboards side by side, and either side of it was about 10 feet of mud, 12 feet, with the top of a tack sticking out of it here and there. And take a traction engine to pull you out almost. It was that deep. It was absolutely sucking mud. mud. There were places where one or two men slipped off the duckboards, and it took a couple of their comrades to pull them out gradually, inch by inch. They managed to keep their arms out, and they pulled them out inch by inch out of the mud and got them on again, on the boards again.
And the thing is that it seems many of the veterans were aware of just how impossible it was to describe these circumstances to those without that experience, like, for example, all of us watching. I certainly hope. And as the army dealt with both criticism on the home front and even from well-meaning civilians, that misunderstanding could open up fresh wounds. It could open up traumas. Returning again to Mud and Khaki, the author has a lot to say about that particular dynamic of returning home and dealing with other people's opinions about what was going on. Those at home in England, with their experience of war books and photographs of Zeppelin raids and crowded hospitals, are beginning to imagine that they know all there is to know about war. The truth is that they still have little idea of the life in the trenches, and as far as Mud is concerned, they are delightfully ignorant. They do not know what mud is. They have read of Napoleon's fourth element, they have listened to long descriptions of mud in Flanders and France, they have raised incredulous eyebrows at tales of men being drowned in the trenches. They have given a fleeting thought of pity for the soldiers out there as they have slushed home through the streets on rainy nights, but they have never realized what mud means, for no photograph can tell its slimy depth, and even the pen of a Zola or a Victor Hugo could give no adequate idea of it. The mud, as the author describes, was endless, an all-pervasive entity of slime, like a dark god of otherworldly horror to the denizens of the trenches. He continues, the plain of dragging slime that stretches from Switzerland to the sea is far worse to face than the fire of machine guns or the great black trench mortar bombs that come twisting down through the air. It is more terrible than the frost and the rain. You cannot even stamp your feet to drive away the insidious chill that mud always brings. Nothing can keep it from your hands and face and clothes. There is no taking off your boots to dry in the trenches. You must lie down just as you are, and often you are lucky if you have 2 empty sandbags under you to save you from the cold embrace of the swamp. This is not mud, such as we know it in England. It is incredibly slippery and impossibly tenacious, and each dragging footstep calls for tremendous effort. Unless you think the man was waxing poetic, plenty of others would describe the stuff in equally vivid detail, such as Eric Remarque in All Quiet on the Western Front, where he wrote, the rifles are caked, the uniforms are caked, everything is fluid and dissolved, the earth is one dripping, soaked, oily mass. Our hands are earth, our bodies clay, and our eyes pools of rain. We do not know whether we are still alive. Or Army Sergeant Robert Berfault. Mile after mile, the earth stretched out black, foul, putrescent, like a sea of excrement. It was one vast scrap heap. And scattered over or sunk in the refuse and mud were the rotting bodies of men, of horses and mules. Of such material was the barren waste that stretched as far as the eye could see. One newspaper, I believe it was a French newspaper, would even describe the mud as a terrible octopodal creature of sorts, luring in and killing soldiers by throwing out its poisonous slobber, blinding him, closing around him, and ultimately burying him. For men die of mud as they die of bullets, but more horribly, the paper would write. And so at the last, we'll return one more time to Mud and Khaki, to the words of a man thoroughly accustomed to all of these horrors, words we all would do well to remember as students of military history. It is mud, then, that is the greatest enemy. It is the mud, then, and not faulty organization or German prowess, that you must blame if we do not advance as fast as you would like. If we do not advance, or if we advance too slowly, remember that it is the mud that is the cause, not the German guns. Now, when I say military history, I do mean all of it. Obviously, the particularly hellish circumstances that all combined to create the Western Front are unique, and so you can't expect to draw precise parallels between it and say, 18th century military history. But I believe that everything we've looked at in this video speaks to a wider concern. That something which seems on the surface to be largely technical, something having more to do with numbers of supplies and how quickly lines move from one end of a map to another, something which we so often discuss in such impersonal terms. It was for those who were there anything but. Mud was a logistical concern, yes, but what do those logistical concerns mean for the individuals on the ground? The people for whom the delay of a baggage train means they have to go without socks for days on end in freezing temperatures, or who can't eat that day after marching for 20 miles. And then, even beyond the logistical elements of it all, there are much deeper considerations. That mud wasn't just a nuisance, it was a terror, a nightmare, a monster, the likes of which are nearly incomprehensible, unbelievable, were it not for the many accounts handed down to us through the ages. And ultimately that, I believe, is the point of military history, of all history, really. It's to understand, to appreciate, to respect, and even at times to honor those memories on their own terms. Because every dry statistic, every dusty old map, behind it all, there were real people. Lest we forget. Thank you all for the time that you've spent with me here today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned something interesting. Like every YouTuber, I'd appreciate it if you left the video a like, or maybe offered your...
I would like it. It's interesting to learn about this shit in the world. Northwest can't perform. She looks like mute. What the fuck's her name? Miyoki? The AI Japanese pop idol. I forgot her name. Oh well. What was I looking for? shit. I was gonna look at something. Oh. Excuse me.
You're watching Northern Crimes.
March 2019, Aurora, Illinois. Winter is holding on. The sky is flat, heavy gray, and a thin layer of dirty slush covers the pavement. It's the kind of north Midwest afternoon where the cold feels permanent, dull, gray, and quiet. A man walks out through the gates of a correctional facility. He's 60 years old, wearing a simple jacket, his hair thinned and gray. To a casual observer, he's just another name processed through the Illinois Department of Corrections. But for the families of 18 missing and murdered women, he's the final living link to a period of unprecedented violence in the Chicago suburbs. His name is Thomas Kokoralis. In the early 1980s, the Ripper Crew turned the Chicago suburbs into a place of genuine terror. They were a four-man group that operated out of a red van, led by a man who turned his attic into a room of ritual violence. They didn't just kill women, they methodically dehumanized them. For decades, the case was considered closed. One brother was executed, the ringleader was sentenced to life, and Thomas, the man who gave the police a detailed, gruesome confession, well, he was locked away for what most assumed would be the rest of his life. But now, thanks to a sentencing law from a different era, Thomas Kokoralis is walking free. This is the true story of the Ripper Crew, and how a loophole in the law allowed a convicted killer to return to the very streets he once hunted. This is Northern Crimes. In the spring of 1982, Elmhurst, Illinois was a picture of suburban stability. Located 16 miles west of Chicago, it was where families moved to escape the city's rising crime. For 21-year-old Lori Borowski, it was home, a place that felt entirely safe. Lori was a responsible secretary at a real estate office on West 2nd Street. On the morning of May 15th, there was nothing unusual about her routine. She parked her car, keys in hand, steps away from the office door, but she never made it inside. When her boss arrived, he found the office dark and the door locked. It was strange, though. Lori was never late. On the sidewalk outside, he found a site that shifted the morning from a missing person to a crime scene. Lori's keys were scattered on the concrete, her cosmetics spilled out, and most disturbingly, her shoes were sitting right there on the pavement. Elmhurst police realized they were looking at a struggle that had been incredibly fast. It's a detail that still haunts the case, the idea that she was pulled so forcefully out of her footwear that she didn't even have time to scream. In broad daylight, on a busy street, Lori Borowski had simply vanished. The initial investigation was a procedural grind. Detectives went door to door, but 1982 offered no CCTV or cell tower pings. There was only the pavement and a growing list of questions. For 5 months, her 14-year-old brother, Mark, watched as his parents' lives centered around a telephone that wouldn't ring. Police found no motive and no evidence that she'd been targeted by someone she knew. But the silence broke in October, when hunters in a Villa Park cemetery discovered skeletal remains. Dental records confirmed the nightmare, but the autopsy brought a new kind of horror. Lori hadn't just been killed, she'd been subjected to a very specific type of violence. The killers had inflicted precise surgical trauma on her body, a pattern of mutilation that suggested they weren't just looking to end a life, but to also perform a sadistic ritual. But investigators soon realized Lori wasn't an isolated tragedy. She was a data point in a much larger, darker pattern emerging across the Chicago area. While the Borowski family waited for answers, the Chicago police were tracking a body count that didn't make sense. It wasn't just Lori. Women were disappearing from street corners and bus stops across the city and its near west suburbs. Linda Sutton had been found in May of 1981, and then Shy Mack, then Sandra Delaware. Each bore the same ritualistic trauma. The breakthrough finally came from a woman named Beverly Washington. On October 6, 1982, she was found on a roadside, clinging to life after an ordeal that mirrored the other cases. From her hospital bed, she gave detectives the lead they'd been missing, a 1975 red Dodge van. She also remembered the driver, a man with an almost rehearsed, disarming demeanor. That description led police to 30-year-old Robin Gecht. Gecht wasn't a social outcast. In fact, he was a contractor and a father of 3. But his resume held a very dark connection. He'd once worked as a carpenter for John Wayne Gacy, helping to build the very patio where some of Gacy's victims were eventually discovered. Police put a 24-hour surveillance detail on Gecht's red van. During the stakeout, detectives noticed he wasn't acting alone. He was often seen with 3 younger men, Edward Schpreitzer and 2 brothers, Andrew and Thomas Kokoralis. Thomas was only 22 years old, with a reputation for being quote-unquote slow and a soft face that didn't fit the profile of a serial predator. On November 5th, police finally moved in, picking up the entire crew and separating them into different interrogation rooms. While Gecht remained a stone wall, the younger men began to crack under the pressure, and it was Thomas who talked first. He didn't just admit to being in the van, he pointed the police toward Gecht's attic on North Paulina Street. He described a place of blacked-out windows and ritualistic tools, including a handcrafted box where Gecht allegedly kept trophies of the women they'd taken. To investigators, it sounded like a nightmare, but Thomas provided the one thing they couldn't ignore, the locations. He described the exact spot in the cemetery where they'd left Lori Borowski. The hunt for a red van had led the Chicago police into an attic of horrors. Now they had the confessions in the vehicle, but they were about to enter a legal maze that would take decades to resolve. With the whole crew in custody, the investigation moved from the streets into the sterile environment of the interrogation rooms. While Robin Gecht remained defiant and silent, the dynamic among the younger men was shifting. The weight of the multiple homicide charges was forcing them to look for a way out, and for Thomas Kokoralis, that meant telling detectives exactly what they wanted to hear. Thomas wasn't a criminal mastermind. He was in his early 20s with an IQ that hovered around 75. This made him highly suggestible and easily led. During hours of questioning, he began to paint a picture of the Ripper crew that felt more like a dark cult than a street gang. He told the police that Gecht was the architect of every move. He described how they'd cruise the streets in the red van, looking for women who were alone, and how Gecht would lead ceremonies once they returned to his home on North Paulina Street. The most disturbing part of the confession involved the attic. Thomas described a room with blacked-out windows where Gecht acted as a sort of high priest for the group. He detailed how Gecht would inflict precise, surgical cuts on the victims while they were still alive, and how he'd force the others to participate in quote-unquote sacraments. But as Thomas spoke, detectives tried to separate fact from fantasy. Some of his descriptions were so extreme they seemed impossible. But then he'd drop a detail that only a participant could know. He knew the specific locations where the remains of Linda Sutton and Sandra Delaware had been found. He knew the exact way Lori Borowski's body had been positioned in the cemetery. While Thomas was talking, forensic teams were processing Robin Gecht's home. They found the attic just as Thomas described it. They found evidence of blood and a physical struggle, and most notably, they found the small, handcrafted box used to store the trophies taken from the women they'd targeted. The confessions from Thomas and Edward Schpreitzer gave the state a narrative, but they also created a legal problem. Robin Gecht hadn't confessed. There was no DNA linking the men to the scenes in an era before modern testing. The prosecution's case rested almost entirely on the word of a man with a borderline intellect who was describing ritualistic cult-like behavior. In 1985, the legal system had to decide if Thomas Kokoralis was a monster or just a follower. He was convicted of the murder of Lori Borowski and sentenced to life in prison. At the same time, it felt like the final word. But as the years passed, the world began to look back at Thomas's confession with a more skeptical eye, and that doubt would eventually lead to the most controversial chapter of this entire story. While Thomas Kokoralis began his life sentence in 1985, the legal ground beneath him was already shifting. As the satanic panic of the early 1980s began to fade, legal experts started looking back at Thomas's confession with a more skeptical eye. By the late 80s, his defense team successfully argued that his initial conviction was fundamentally flawed, claiming he was a suggestible subject who'd been quote-unquote fed details by investigators. In a move that stunned the Borowski family, the Illinois Appellate Court overturned the verdict and ordered a new trial. The state was suddenly in a desperate position. Years had passed since Lori's disappearance, and the physical evidence from the red van was tied more strongly to Robin Gecht than to Thomas. Fearing they might lose a second trial and see him walk free immediately, prosecutors offered a deal: plead guilty to a single count of murder in exchange for a 70-year sentence. Thomas took the deal. To the public, 70 years sounded like a definitive end, but there was a massive catch buried in the fine print of 1980 sentencing laws. Because the crime occurred in 1982, Thomas fell under the quote-unquote day-for-day good time credit system. The math was cold and clinical. For every day he behaved himself in prison, he earned a day off his sentence. Essentially, his 70-year term was actually a 35-year term. While Thomas began his time at the Dixon Correctional Center, the rest of the crew faced different fates. His brother, Andrew, was convicted of the same crimes, but was sentenced to death. On March 17, 1999, Andrew Kokoralis became the last person to be executed by the state of Illinois. Robin Gecht, the alleged ringleader, remained behind bars on a life sentence, never admitting to a single crime. Thomas, however, stayed quiet. He wasn't a problem inmate. He worked his assignments and slowly shaved decades off his life behind bars. He was a man who understood the calendar. By 2017, the clock Thomas had been watching for 30 years was nearing midnight. The Illinois Department of Corrections notified the families that Thomas Kokoralis had completed his time. Legally, the state had no grounds to hold him. He'd served his debt according to the letter of the law written decades prior. The news hit the Chicago area like a cold front. It wasn't just that a convicted murderer was coming home, it was the type of crimes he'd been associated with. People wanted to know how a man who'd confessed to such ritualistic participation could ever be considered reformed. As the release date approached, the focus shifted from the past to the future. Thomas was now 60 years old, stepping into a world that used technology he couldn't imagine to track his every move. But the biggest question wasn't where he would go, it was who he now claimed to be. When Thomas Kokorales finally walked through the gates of the Dixon Correctional Center in March 2019, he didn't disappear into the shadows. He couldn't. His release triggered a wave of anxiety across the Chicago suburbs that reached all the way to the mayor's office in Aurora. Because Thomas was a convicted murderer and a sexual predator, his living arrangements were strictly regulated. The only place willing to take him was Wayside Cross Ministries, a faith-based residential program in downtown Aurora. Wayside is built on the philosophy of radical transformation, the idea that no one is beyond the reach of grace. But the community wasn't ready to test that theory on a member of the Ripper Crew. Protests erupted almost immediately. Neighbors worried about the proximity of the ministry to local schools and parks. The mayor of Aurora publicly challenged the decision, but the ministry stood its ground, arguing that if a man has served his time, well, he deserves a path toward a productive life. However, that path required one thing Thomas wasn't willing to give: a confession. In June 2019, just months after his release, Thomas sat down for a televised interview with CBS Chicago. It was the first time the public had seen him in decades. He didn't look like the young, suggestible man from the 1980s. He looked like a frail, soft-spoken senior citizen. But the words coming out of his mouth were a total reversal of the narrative that had kept him in prison for 35 years. He told a reporter,
I was stuck doing the time. What's that nothing to do?
Lorraine's murder, all of the other women.
Yeah.
You were involved with her murder. You were not involved, that's what you're saying?
Yes. Look dead in your eyes, I'm telling you, Don's got truth. No, I have no participation in none of these crimes. None.
when the interviewer pressed him on the
Alright.
detailed 19
I'm having some
confession,
trouble with
the one
like
that led police to
this
Lori
fucking
Borowski's
thing.
remains, Thomas had a new
I don't
explanation.
think I'm gonna be able to make a speech bubble inside. I'll probably go this other app. I have this other program I can use.
So you feel you were coerced
But
into saying
I was hoping I could do
Detectives
Sai. I
fed
haven't
him
figured out
details
how
of
to
the
use
crimes
one
if he simply
inside
repeated them back, so they'd stop the
without
questions.
making it look.
So the interview sent shockwaves through the community. For the Borowski family, it was a profound betrayal. Mark Borowski, Lori's brother, watched with a sense of cold fury, pointing out the central flaw in Thomas's new
It
story.
just looks.
If the police fed him the details, how did he
wonky.
know exactly where Lori's body was hidden? The police hadn't found
So
her.
I'm gonna do
Thomas
this in
was the
another
one who led
program
them
for
there.
the speech
The
bubble,
recantation
like I
also
usually
created a
do.
crisis at Wayside Cross. The program is built on the foundation of repentance. By claiming he was
But
guilty to begin
in a
with,
second,
Thomas
I'm
was
gonna
falsely
go
telling his mentors
AFK.
he had nothing
I
to
gotta
do
take
with
my
it.
husband to
James
work.
Lucas, the director
But
of
I'll
the
be right
ministry, found
back.
himself defending a man who refused to admit to the very crimes that had brought him to their door. The tension in Aurora grew as residents realized that Thomas wasn't just back in society, he was actively trying to erase the legacy of the Ripper Crew. So as the summer of 2019 faded, the community was left with a haunting question. If Thomas was telling the truth, one of the most brutal cases in Illinois history was basically a lie. But if he was lying, it meant a man who'd participated in ritualistic violence was walking their streets, unrepentant and free. The story of the Ripper Crew didn't end when the prison doors opened for Thomas Kokorales in 2019. Today, he remains a free man in the eyes of the state of Illinois, having satisfied every legal demand and sentencing requirement. But for the families left behind, legal is a hollow word. There's a deep, lingering friction in the idea that a man once tied to such a specific ritualistic violence now walks the same streets as a new generation of families. Mark Borowski has spent 40 years navigating that friction. He's no longer the 14-year-old boy waiting for his sister to come home. He's a man who's watched Lori's name become synonymous with a cult and a satanic chapel. So to combat that dark legacy, the Borowski family established a butterfly garden in Lori's name in Elmhurst. In the quiet of that memorial, the focus remains where it belongs, on the victims. It's a place of light that stands as a deliberate final contrast to the industrial alleys and the dark attic where this story began. The broader shadow of the Ripper Crew still hangs over the Chicago area. Robin Gecht, the alleged architect of the group, remains behind bars with no parole hearing until 2042. He's never admitted to a single crime, never offered a sacrament of truth, and never wavered from his wall of silence. As recently as 2024, Thomas Kokorales was reportedly living at a ministry in Peoria. While some see him as a success story for rehabilitation, others see a ticking clock. The truth of 1982 may never be fully reconciled with the version of the story Thomas tells today. The state has taken its pound of flesh, and Thomas has taken back his words. The legal system might be finished with Thomas Kokorales, but the people who remember the Red Van will never be finished with one of the darkest chapters in Chicago's history.
I have to remember how to do a fucking speech bubble in Inkscape. I forgot already. I kind of remember. Let me see if I can figure it out, but I gotta go AFK in a second. So, I don't have too much time, but I'll be right back. Pardon me. That's disgusting. Is it the ellipse arc tool? This. God damn it, man. What is his? I think it's this one. And then what do I do? Object to path. Node tool, isn't it? Shit. Let me look at the YouTube video real quick. Because it tells me how exact, and it's a short, so it's not that. Okay. Get the rectangle tool. Alright. Oh shit, it's too thick. How do I shrink it? Baby. No. Fuck, I fucked it up again. There it is, shit. I think, yeah, there it is.
account for the speech proportion, then free to use the text. Select them both, go to text, go into frame, and then set the margin of the text.
I'm looking for the underline tool. Oh, the hell? The hell? Oh my god. It's so complicated to do shit. I've already forgot what I was doing. Selectors and CSS. I guess that's it. No, it didn't really fucking... God damn it. I'm just gonna do this shit later. It didn't even work how I wanted it. I could probably erase it. Where's the erase tool? Shit. I don't know this program, dude. Spiral. The downward spiral? Is there any music? Oh, there is. It's just really soft and quiet. Where's the erase tool? I gotta get going, but I'll be right back. Dude, I gotta do this somewhere else, so... I made the speech bubble for the most part, so that's fine. Can I export it back to... Sci? What does it have to be? A PDF? Probably. I'll figure it out when I get back. I'll be right back. But I'm gonna go to a Donkey Kong break. So I'll be right back. I gotta take my husband to work. So BRB.
You choose her or not choose wrong. With a skipper hop. She's one cool calm. Her DK. Donkey Kong. He has no style. He has no grace. This Kong has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. Inflate himself just like a balloon. This crazy Kong just digs his tune. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too. And this time, he's in the mood. He can fly real high with his jetpack on. With his pistols out. He's one tough Kong. He'll make you smile when he plays his tune. But gremlins beware, cause he's after you. DK. Donkey Kong. Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew. This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy. Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy. Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge. Walnuts, peanuts, nuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. You choose her or not choose wrong. With a skipper hop. She's one cool, calm, DK. Donkey Kong. He has no style. He has no grace. This Kong has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. Inflate himself just like a balloon. This crazy Kong just digs his tune. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too. And this time, he's in the mood. He can fly real high with his jetpack on. With his pistols out. He's one tough Kong. He'll make you smile when he plays his tune. But gremlins beware, cause he's after you. DK. Donkey Kong. Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew. This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy. Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy. Come on, Cranky, take it to the bridge. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. You choose her or not choose wrong. With a skipper hop. She's one cool, calm, her DK. Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to
and stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune. Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out. He's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you.
Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. Huh.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy.
Huh. Come on, Cranky, take it to the bridge.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells.
grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. You choose her or not choose wrong. With a skipper hop. She's one cool, calm, her DK. Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to.
And stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune. Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out. He's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you.
Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. Huh.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but
this Kong's one hell of a guy. Huh. Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh
pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
You choose her or not choose wrong. With the skipper hop. She's one cool, calm, her DK. Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to.
And stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out. He's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you.
DK. Donkey Kong.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy.
Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
You choose her or not choose from with a skipper hop. She's one cool, calm, her DK. Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to
and stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune. Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out. He's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you.
Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. Huh.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy.
Huh. Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
You choose her or not choose wrong.
With a skipper hop.
She's one cool calm. Her DK. Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to.
And stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his chew.
Huh.
DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out. He's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you.
Huh. DK. Donkey Kong. Huh.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can't make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can't pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy.
Huh. Come on, Cranky, take it to the bridge.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
You choose her or not choose wrong.
With a skipper hop.
She's one cool Kong, DK, Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to
and stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune. DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out, he's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you.
DK, Donkey Kong.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high,
but this Kong's one hell of a guy. Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells.
Oi, hello, I'm back. Yeah. So, I think I'm going to draw a little bit longer. But Oh. My bad. Oh. Oh. The fuck, dude? I'm having trouble figuring this shit out. Escape. Whatever. There. Shit. Whoops. Oh. Oh. Damn, I knew that would happen. oh, 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 oh. Hey. Whoops. My bad. I think I'm gonna switch to a game. I don't know what. Let me think. It's a good song. Did I already like it? Yeah. Oops. I'm turning off the music. Too chill. Time to rage. And I'll play this for a little bit. We'll see how. If I lose too many games, I'll switch to something else. What else am I doing? Oh, let me update the status on YouTube. Wait, do I even have YouTube up? What the F? Where is it? Did I click off? Oh, Dale. Pickles. Where the F is it? Oh, sure. There it is. Man. I got lost for a second. Oh, let me update the stream on YouTube so people don't get mad if I have something else on. Let's go to gaming and type in Overwatch. Something nobody likes watching. But at the same time, plays, I guess. Ah! At least, I guess, the Koreans. And Chinese. I've got drops available. How do I even do drops? I don't understand. If I knew, I would do them. I'm too dumb. I'm a boomer when it comes to that. When it comes to lots of like I have like emotes I need to put in, but I don't because I'm stupid and slow. I wish I had someone I could do it for me. A boy slave doing all my dumb internet work. What? What the F? It had it, and now it's being stupid. Watch for drops. Overwatch. Dev Lifeguard Mercy. Overwatch, watch 30 minutes to earn. What? I have to watch a stupid game? What are you talking about? In-game item. Fuck my butthole, dude. Watch in 1 hour.
the Shambhali Monastery.
This is gay. Yeehaw!
Lovely armor for a mission, isn't it?
Hello. Well, hello.
Anyone called? I have just the thing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort the payload. You really proved yourself.
Potential wasted. Yeah.
Hi.
Nice. You are not ready to live. Your spirit is lifted. My soul ignited. The payload is at a standstill. Fall back. Let me assist you. Here's a little chin music. We are outnumbered. Be cautious. Attachment is the source of all.
My bad.
Why seek answers when we do not know the question? Actuating the barrier. Collapsing the barrier.
Dicks. Well, we fucking suck. God damn, dude. God damn, jetpack cat. I don't know what to do. Good. Fuck. I can't shoot for shit. God damn it! That fucked up my goddamn ult.
Duplicating Zarya.
Pretty sure we lost.
We will crush them.
Mm. We fucked off. Well, one loss. Let's see what happens. Mystery Heroes is pretty random.
Traveling to Nepal.
From imperfection, we build a new world.
Few get a second chance at my mercy. But our enemies won't even get a first.
This will not be won without sacrifice. Be ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the
Behold
objective.
my creation.
How's that for South
Aligning sentry positions. I have opened the bar. Cuspedia Carpatachala. I am at the objective. We must take it quickly. Teleporter materialized. One step closer to perfection. Placing a turret here. Constructing my teleporter. रास्ता खुल गया है. New revelations have come to light.
وريهم قوتك.
Positioning turret. See, you have not found clarity.
Yay.
Best round 1.
You are doing so well. You shine brighter than a comet.
Score 1-0.
Stupendous. I must close my eyes, open my heart, and believe.
Who should I kill first?
So much to see. Greetings.
Hello.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2.
Teleporter taking shape.
Magical ferocity.
Heel to this beat.
Aligning sentry positions. Constructing my teleporter. They broke my position. Teleporter materialized. A constructive use of space. Kusvetia ka pata chala. Positioning turret. Sentry is offline. Placing a turret here. Enemy is challenging the objective. I am restored. My sentry was destroyed.
Ramatra, at your side.
No path is completely certain. Teleporter manifested. Sentry in position. Constructing my teleporter. We want to win. Yakini Parambasta Vittahe. Turret materialized. My turret was demolished. Raksha Pranali submitted. Justice reigns from above. This is what I'm capable of. Positioning turret. Use your imagination. Adjusting turret placement.
God damn it!
Turret materialized. Chaos will not be unseated in a day.
Round 2 lost. Complete. Score 1-1.
This should be interesting.
I haven't forgotten about what you did to Rio.
I'm glad your memory is intact. Let's get on with this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Breaking them down just builds me up. Racing shield. Special delivery. Join me at the objective. Catching you up. The infinite never backs down.
Shit.
Hey.
Orisa is here.
Damn. I didn't think I was gonna fucking get one-shotted like that. Let me try with Zenyatta.
Discord. We will find tranquility. Energy transfers between us.
God damn it. I tried. Shit. That probably should have been a tank.
We will take this area together.
What are you doing?
Stand with me.
Proud of you.
Damn. Jesus Christ. We gave you healing.
Failure is accepted.
That Ramatra fucking did really good. He probably got play of the game. No. That Ren did. I probably should have just picked a tank at the beginning. So I'll try 6v6 one more time. If I don't do too well, I might switch to another game, or maybe that done nothing but loss. I think loss, lose. Did I win any? Maybe not. No. Brrr.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Together it strikes him down.
If you are alive, should I call you Silver Wilhelm?
Yes! Finally, someone who understands!
Greetings, Cole Cassidy. Cole Cassidy. Cole Cassidy.
Cole?
I just like saying your name. That's all.
I just love saying your dumbass name.
Cynthia.
5,
Так точно.
3,
Acknowledged.
1. Attackers in.
Group up with me. Crush their progress.
Hold fast!
Damn, dude.
The barrier can't take much more!
Looks like they're on the move again.
Where the hell is that Ash man?
Adaptive circuits engaged. Sorry. Duplicating zone.
Done and done.
Stand behind me.
Deploying rock unit. Do something. Огонь по готовности.
Damn. I was trying to get that Ash.
I feel the burn.
Next.
I'm on fire.
My ultimate is charged. I will keep you safe.
They're taking our payload.
No shot.
Where the fuck did Ash go?
Adaptive circuits engaged. Run ultra.
Damn. That was a good bubble. Damn.
They're taking our payload.
Fucking crazy right now.
My journey continues. Barrier up. By all means, try again. Never let you fall.
Damn. I should have just stayed back.
There is no Shield activated.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Run ultra.
God damn it! Fuck my butthole, dude. I was trying to get that fucking Zen. Thank God they got him. I gotta do a better fucking... Oh. Fuck! Oh, God damn it, man. I'm fucking choking. Who the hell are they? Are they dead?
Dead or not? Could you teach me that sometime? Double confirm.
Go.
Double
I've been knocked down before.
Cloning module loaded. Prepare for duplication.
60 seconds.
Do something!
Duplicating zone.
Into the universe.
Hold this position, and we will be victorious. Patience. Annihilation will come.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Deploy.
Ah! Yo! Oh, I'm surprised it was that one. Oh. My bad. I always hit that on accident. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just don't. I suck. Anyway, I got a bio break. I'll be right back. So I'm going to go to Donkey Kong. BRB. I might switch to Magic. We'll see. Because I got to go to work soon. But we'll see. I'll be right back.
You choose her or not choose wrong. With a skipper hop. She's one cool, calm, her DK. Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to.
And stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune. Her DK. Donkey Kong, DK. Donkey Kong, DK. Donkey Kong is here.
He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out, he's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you.
DK. Donkey Kong.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy.
Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
You choose her or not choose wrong.
With the skipper hop,
she's one cool Kong.
DK. Donkey Kong.
He has no style. He has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to.
And stretch his arms out just for you.
Inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune.
DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here.
He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out, he's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile
when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you. Huh.
DK, Donkey Kong.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy. Huh.
Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
You choose her or not choose wrong.
With a skipper hop,
She's one cool calm.
huh.
DK, Donkey Kong.
He has no style, he has no grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He can handstand when he needs to,
And stretch his arms out just for you.
inflate himself just like a balloon.
This crazy Kong just digs his tune.
Huh.
DK, Donkey Kong.
Huh.
DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong is here. He's back again and about time too.
And this time, he's in the mood.
He can fly real high with his jetpack on.
With his pistols out, he's one tough Kong.
He'll make you smile when he plays his tune.
But gremlins beware, cause he's after you. Huh.
DK, Donkey Kong.
Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew.
This Kong so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out for mommy.
can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Makes crushing rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can't jump high, but this comes one hell of a guy. Huh.
Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts.
I'm back. Damn. Excuse me. I'm having a Barks. Barks has bite. Watching the dog. Watching the dog. Shit, I can't. I was gonna watch something, but I can't do this thingy picture in picture on this fucking app. So never mind. I'll just play the game. I watch this.
Item shops have become a staple feature included in all Resident Evil titles that have an action focus. These shops allow for the purchase of things like ammo, healing items, weapons, and even upgrades for those weapons. Some shops offer much-needed reprieve from the chaotic events of the game they are found in, while others leave me scratching my head wondering why they were included in the first place. I want to take a look at each game's shop to see what it adds or doesn't add to the game that it is included in, with the ultimate goal of examining what I find to be the most disappointing aspect of RE9. Hello YouTube, I'm looking to do a little bit of shopping, and today I'm talking about the biggest disappointment of Resident Evil Requiem. The only logical place to start is with the first iteration of an item shop, the Merchant from Resident Evil 4.
Welcome.
RE4's Merchant is phenomenal. He isn't some fully fleshed out character with an expansive arc, taking you through an emotional roller coaster with some satisfying payoff at the end. He's just some dude that rocks up and sells you shit. He doesn't have a motivation, he doesn't need a reason. He just supplies the player with the means as long as they have the funds to pay for it, of course. Where did he come from? Where does he go? How does he acquire his goods?
You don't want to know, mate.
The Merchant being as mysterious as he is adds to this fever dream-like feeling that RE4 has. While the remake doesn't capture this dreamy atmosphere quite as much as the OG, it is there enough where they didn't really need to make any changes to the Merchant for him to still work in this more dark and serious rendition.
That's an exemplary firearm right there, stranger.
Not only does the Merchant fit right in with the atmosphere of this game, but he is also one of the most important pieces for the gameplay of RE4 to be as good as it is. Think about all the things that would be absent from the game if there was no Merchant. There would be no need for pesetas and by extension treasures. No more crowns and jewels and spinels. There would be no weapon upgrades, so the identities of the weapons would disappear for the most part. Adding to this horrifying hypothetical, the roster of weapons would probably have to take a huge hit, since there would be much less of a distinction between each weapon. Guns like the Blacktail and Riot Gun would probably get axed completely, and one of RE4's biggest strengths of being able to tackle the game in different ways with all these different weapons would be gone. Lastly, and worst of all, there would be no shooting gallery. Put simply, if the Merchant wasn't in the game, the weapon balance suffers, weapon variety suffers, replayability suffers, pesetas and treasures are gone, and you lose one of the most iconic minigames ever made. Obviously, I can't say 100% definitively what all would be missing and changed if there was no Merchant, but hopefully you can kind of see how important this giggly freak is to RE4.
Thank you.
Moving on to Resident Evil 5, and holy is this a downgrade. There is no Merchant character, and there isn't even any decency to have the shop actually be interactable during gameplay. You access the shop in this game in between chapters on the results screen. Gone is any sort of charm that the shop had in the previous game. People love to complain about the destylization of UI in modern games, but I think one of the worst offenders is right here from 2009. Sure, the font isn't whatever boring basic lettering is used in games now, and there is some background imaging rather than the minimalist millennial gray, black, and white that seems to have become standard practice. But how can you go from this
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you buying?
to this and still feel good about yourself in the morning? There's a bunch of guns in RE5, but unless you're one of the maybe 3 experts for this game, there's no shot you could distinguish them outside of pistol versus shotgun versus magnum. If the weapons are balanced, I couldn't tell you how. They all feel and look essentially the same. Enemies drop money and there are treasures, but they don't feel integral to this game. They just kind of feel like they're there. Like, oh wow, you killed this pretty tough enemy and his jeweled butt plug fell out. Go turn it into the BSAA so you can buy your 18th first aid spray. I firmly believe the shop could be removed and no one would even notice. I don't even know how they fell so far in this aspect. Like, what game came out that influenced this decision? Regardless of what influenced the decisions behind the shop of RE5, it is a huge step back from the Merchant and does not bode well for future entries. The shop then takes a 12-year hiatus before showing up again somehow much more mobile and 1,000 pounds heavier. The Duke is similar to RE4's Merchant in a lot of ways. Village is essentially RE4 too, so the similarities make a lot of sense. The biggest area where Duke differs from the Merchant is in his relation to the plot. The Merchant from RE4 has this strange indifference to the events of the game. He never says anything regarding what happens throughout your
You have to be fucking kidding me, man.
Leon, unless it has to do with money or weapons you buy
It's
and
so
own up.
bullshit.
It's almost as if the world around him can't affect him in any way. Like he's some kind of ethereal spirit arms dealer. Duke, while very mysterious in his own right, seems to have a vested interest in Ethan's quest. When you first meet him,
If he has a badger, I'm dead.
is and what he's even doing here.
Anyone has heard of the likes of you. A hero searching for his daughter.
Duke seems to have an understanding of the village and its inhabitants that is impossible for any normal person to have. Being able to offer Ethan guidance on where he needs to go and what he needs to do next in his quest to save his daughter.
Fuck me, dude.
As well as having insight into the history of Miranda, the Four Lords, and this village. Duke is the perfect character for this game. He's mysterious enough to invoke the Merchant from RE4 while also being fleshed out enough to work as Ethan's only friend throughout his journey.
Do you have need of anything for the road ahead?
Treasures are back and significantly better than they were in RE5. There are combinable treasures. Some particularly high value items are marked on your map. Some optional mini bosses are guarding a few of the treasures,
Wow.
and certain pockets of areas actually feel like they were designed with housing treasures in mind. Weapon
Already
upgrades are
fucking
here,
losing in
but I
silver.
wouldn't say they're in top form. Exclusive upgrades are missing, and not every weapon is created equal in terms of how many upgrades they get. I suppose hunting and having Duke cook you meals would be the gimmick that replaces the shooting gallery, which is not a worthwhile replacement, but at least it's something, I guess. Overall, Village follows the merchant formula of RE4 while changing it enough so it does feel different. Granted, it is a step down in many ways, but you can feel that they actually put some thought and effort into the Duke and the game around him. The same cannot be said for the next game, Resident Evil Requiem. RE4 introduced the merchant and everything to come along with him. The next game, RE5, introduced a very lazy, honestly unnecessary shop on the results screen. Village introduced the Duke, a version of the merchant who isn't up to the same quality in terms of mystique and gameplay implementations, but is much more involved in the world and narrative of the game. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. Requiem, much like RE5, decided to take a huge step backwards. Gone is any sort of charm, mystique, or interest that comes from a merchant-styled character, instead showing that even arms dealers can be replaced by AI.
Damn.
I get why they felt the need to add a shop into this game. For one, it fits the pattern, but a real reason could be that they thought a game with Leon that doesn't have some kind of actiony weapon shop might be strange after RE4. Even though RE2 Remake and RE6 don't have a shop, but you know, whatever. The shop here doesn't really feel like it was necessary. You don't even access the shop until you're halfway through your first playthrough. And the selection of base weapons is underwhelming to say the least, and the bonus weapons are kinda ass. I am not moved by the Redemption and Ghost Grudge. There are upgrades for each weapon, but they're a little boring. It's cool that the upgrades can change how the weapons look a little bit, but the guns feel more unique and base, and as you begin to upgrade them, they begin to feel the same. Sure, the Silencer 9 has an integrated suppressor, but outside of that, it does the exact same job the exact same way as the Alligator Snapper. They could have approached weapon balance more like RE2 Remake rather than RE4 or RE8. Like RE2, they could have had you find attachments throughout the game that upgraded your weapons and gave them a defined identity. The first shotgun you get looks almost exactly like the police shotgun, so they could have just put a stock attachment in rather than a whole other gun. The Silencer 9 with its built-in suppressor could have done less damage and maybe have higher precision with an attachment like a laser sight that you could find, while the Alligator Snapper could have done more damage but be a bit less precise, and maybe you find an extended mag for it. This is a very simplified look at weapon balance, but if you aren't going all in on action, this is all you really need. Moving on from the bland implementation of weapon upgrades, we were graciously given this whack-ass credit system to pay for items in the shop. This shit sucks. While it isn't that much different from Pesetas or Lay from previous games, it just lacks any sort of charm or effort. This credit system feels like something that would be more at home in a minigame or side mode rather than being the way players upgrade their arsenal in the main story. While I do appreciate them having the BSAA box actually be interactable unlike in RE5, this is also kind of dumb because it is just the item box that Grace uses with a different menu. They could have taken away the whole shop and just kept this as an item box, and it would have worked better. With RE4 and Village, the impact of the shop, and by extension the merchant and Duke, is felt beyond just being the place where you buy and upgrade weapons. It bleeds into the weapon balance, it bleeds into the weapon variety, it helps the weapons have their own identities, and because of this, their impact is a big part of why the gameplay of these games is so good. The merchant is one of the most iconic characters of all time, and the Duke is one of the most important characters in Village. That being said, I don't think throwing a band-aid on by adding a character to be the face of the shop would fix this problem. It would honestly just make it worse. Because the actual problem that Requiem's shop has is how lazy it is. While the majority of Requiem feels incredibly well thought out and deliberate, you then have parts of the game that feel like horrendously implemented afterthoughts. It just feels like the rest of the game was already made, and then they were like, well shit, Leon needs to have a shop where he can buy weapons, and then they spent an afternoon putting it into the game. This is the most disappointing aspect of Requiem for me. There are just too many things in the game solely so they can say that they are in the game. The shop, Insanity, weapon charms, the Nemesis boss fight, and even Leon Must Die. These things combined with the pretty bad replayability and lack of true weapon variety makes a lot of this game feel really lazy. I don't think every Resident Evil needs a shop like RE4 or Village, but I do think if you're going to put a shop in, It needs to have thought and effort put into it. Don't just give me what's essentially an item box and a credit card and have me do 360 trick shots in order to be able to afford my items. The formula from RE4 is a great starting point that they should build on, not take away from. But what do you think? Am I being overdramatic? Do you like being able to get a rocket launcher out of the BSAA vending machine? Should I be locked up in the Rhodes Hill Care Center for even thinking about this? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and maybe check out the video that's on screen. Thank you so much for watching.
Sure. I agree.
Warriors, rise! Even in this darkness, light will shine.
GG's. Yay.
Most zombie movies give you a chance. Not a great chance, but a chance. You can get out of the city. You can hole up somewhere. Maybe link up with the military. Maybe find a group, scavenge enough supplies, figure out the rules of the new world before it kills you. Not here. In the world of Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, the game ends before you even realize it started. A slow zombie is a problem. A fast zombie is a death sentence. Most people love to imagine they'd make it. You've probably done it yourself. Running the scenario in your head, thinking about what you'd grab, where you'd go, who you'd call, most people think they'd at least make it past day one. Dawn of the Dead destroys that fantasy in about the first 8 minutes. So today we're going to break down exactly why this apocalypse is so much worse than it looks. We're going to talk about the first hours, the collapse, the infected themselves, the mall, and why almost everything the survivors try to do is doomed from the start. We're going to talk about why, if you woke up in this universe tomorrow morning, your odds wouldn't just be bad, they'd be almost zero. Let's get into it. Anna comes home from a long ER shift, spends the night with her husband, and they both sleep through the emergency alerts that are starting to bleed onto the TV in the background. That detail seems small. It isn't. Because the infection in this universe spreads at a speed that's almost incomprehensible. The outbreak begins on May 6th, and within hours, the entire greater Milwaukee area is gone. When Anna wakes up that morning, her neighborhood is already finished. That's the first real gut punch of this apocalypse. In most scenarios, you get some warning, a few hours, maybe a day. The news starts covering it. People start evacuating. The government at least tries something. Here, you go to sleep in a normal world and wake up at the end of one. There's no buffer, no ramp-up period, just darkness, then chaos. And here's where the first hours get weird. Think about what most people would actually do. You hear something outside, a neighbor pounding on your door, screaming down the street. What's your first instinct? You go check. Of course you do. You're a normal person, and that instinct kills you because the kid who looks hurt, the neighbor who seems like they need help, the person collapsed on the sidewalk. They're all traps. And the impulse to help, which in literally every other situation in your life is a virtue, becomes fatal in seconds. Anna's husband dies exactly this way. He sees Vivian, their little neighbor girl, standing in the doorway soaked in blood, and he does what any decent person would do. He goes to help her. She takes his throat out before he can process what's happening. No reaction time, no chance to back up. She doesn't hesitate. She attacks immediately. And this pattern plays out over and over in the first hours all across the city. People aren't dying because they're stupid. They're dying because their most basic social instincts turned into a loaded gun pointed at themselves. Now scale that up. Multiply it by millions of people simultaneously across every city, every suburb. The ER nurse who tries to help the guy who just got bit. The family that brings their relatives together without knowing one of them is already infected. Every act of care, every normal human moment, every time someone reaches out to another person, all of it is potentially lethal now. Cities don't collapse because the zombies are unstoppable. They collapse because the behavior that holds civilization together becomes incompatible with survival almost overnight. And there's one thing people always miss in the opening sequence when Anna is fleeing and you see her neighborhood in total chaos. The roads. Think about any major American city during a real panic. Now imagine that same city with people getting attacked.
Are you for real?
Cars crashing everywhere, pedestrians running in every direction, zero traffic lights working, zero police coordination. The streets become a maze of metal and concrete and bodies. Anna makes it out, but she still crashes her car immediately after. Most people wouldn't make it out of their own block. The opening title sequence shows news footage of the global collapse. And there are a few numbers that scroll by so fast most people miss them. 20 hours after the outbreak begins, 10 million people are estimated dead in the United States alone. And the news anchor saying it makes clear that's an extremely conservative estimate. He can't even begin to guess the real number. 10 million people in 20 hours in a country of 330 million. And that's the floor. 26 hours in, Russia and China launch nuclear strikes against each other. In less than a day and a half, a zombie apocalypse has already triggered a nuclear exchange between the two largest military powers on Earth. Think about what that means. Not just in terms of direct destruction, but in terms of any hope of coordinated global response. The world doesn't just fill up with the undead, it also starts bombing itself into rubble. That speed changes everything. In other apocalyptic universes, you get time to collect supplies, find other survivors, plan a route, adapt. Here, the healthcare system collapses in hours, not weeks. Hospitals, the places everyone would naturally run to, become immediate kill zones. They're packed with injured people who are gonna die and reanimate inside the building. Emergency services stop responding. Fire departments go dark. Police departments fragment between trying to maintain order, fleeing with their own families and getting eaten just like everyone else. Kenneth, the cop that Anna meets shortly after escaping, is heading toward Fort Pastor, a military installation nearby. Seems reasonable, right? Military has structure, weapons, organization. What they find when they get close is the base completely overrun. The US Army couldn't even hold its own perimeter in hours. That's the actual scale of this thing. And the supply chain, gas stations get cleaned out or become inaccessible within the first wave of panic. Every Walmart, every Costco, every grocery store instantly becomes a concentration point for zombies because that's where people run, and people are what the infected are hunting. Every attempt to grab basic supplies is a high-risk operation. Every stop for gas is a gamble, and you have zero reliable information because communications are fragmenting in real time. Be honest with yourself for a second. Do you have your important documents somewhere accessible right now? Cash in your house? Actual paper money? More than 3 days of food? Even a case of bottled water? Most people don't have any of that. And even people who do, where are you going? Your family is spread across the city in a grid that's already locked up. The friends you'd try to call aren't picking up because the cell towers are overloaded or because they're already gone. You're alone with no information, no plan, in a world that imploded while you were sleeping. Now I need to talk about the infected themselves, because this is where Dawn of the Dead makes a choice that fundamentally changes the difficulty level of this apocalypse. And when I say that, I'm not being dramatic. I'm being precise. These zombies run. Not like exhausted humans jogging in a panic. Full speed, full strength, no fatigue, no deceleration. They don't lose interest easily. They're aggressive in a way that goes beyond hunger. It's this pure animal fury with zero self-awareness, zero hesitation, zero instinct that could be exploited. That destroys every standard zombie survival strategy you've ever thought through. Move slow and stay quiet, works perfectly against walkers. Here, if one spots you, it screams. And yes, these infected vocalize, and within seconds, you have a group converging on your position from every direction. The idea of quietly slipping through an infected zone becomes a completely different proposition when any one of them can close a 100-foot gap in under 10 seconds. Then there's the group dynamic. Slow zombies are dangerous in numbers because of saturation. They surround you and you run out of options. Fast zombies are dangerous in a completely different and more immediate way. They close distance before your brain finishes registering the threat. The safety buffer that keeps you alive against walkers doesn't exist here. 50 yards between you and a slow zombie, you've got time to think. 50 yards between you and one of these, you've got maybe 8 to 10 seconds. And in that window, you have to open a door, climb a fence, get into a car, and start it. Any normal human action that takes longer than 10 seconds becomes a death sentence. Think about climbing a chain link fence. You think you'd make it fast enough? Opening a locked door, finding a key in a drawer, any friction at all, any hesitation, any fine motor failure caused by pure adrenaline panic, and you're done. And panic is the normal human response to being chased by something that wants to eat you. Your body floods with cortisol, dumps resources into your big muscle groups, actively undermines fine motor control. Right when you need your hands to work precisely, your own nervous system starts working against you. But there's something even more ruthless about the infection in this universe. A bite isn't just a death sentence for you personally. It makes you a time bomb inside whatever group you're with. Andre hides that his pregnant wife, Luda, has been bitten. He spends more than a full night inside the mall with her infected, not telling anyone. And why? Because humans refuse to accept the loss of people they love. This isn't a character flaw. This is fundamental human psychology. We've seen this play out in every zombie story ever written because it reflects something true about how people actually behave. Every bite isn't just a casualty. It's a potential infiltration of the group from the inside, and you never know for certain. You can't know for certain. The Crossroads Mall. In the first few hours inside those walls, it feels almost like a miracle. There's food, there's clothing, there's a pharmacy, tools, a sporting goods store with actual weapons. There's space, there's light, there's the feeling of being sealed off from the carnage outside. The survivors take a group photo. They make a little montage of good moments. It almost feels civilized.
All right, this is gonna be my last game. I gotta get ready for work.
Is a trap with an expiration.
Win or lose,
The first
I gotta get
problem
going.
is electricity. The entire building runs on generators when the public grid goes down, and it goes down. Keeping those generators running requires fuel. fuel that exists in a finite quantity inside the structure. When it runs out, without refrigeration, the perishable food that felt like abundance becomes a health hazard within days. Without lighting, the interior sections, the corridors without windows, the storage rooms, the service areas go completely dark. And when the survivors need to go get more fuel from the underground parking garage, which is full of infected, obviously, what starts as routine becomes a nightmare that gets people killed. This happens in the movie. The power situation forces the group down into the garage, and it's one of the most tense sequences in the film for a very simple reason. It's the scene where the mall permanently loses its aura of safety. The place that felt like a fortress has a massive weak point, and managing that weak point requires regular high-risk operations. Now let's talk about supplies more broadly. A big mall has a lot of food, sure, but think harder. How much of what's in a typical mall storefront is non-perishable food that a group of people can realistically live on for months? The food court has fresh inventory that rots within days. The convenience stores have snacks and drinks. If there's an anchor grocery store, that's better, but still finite. And water, tap water runs on pressure, which runs on pumps, which run on electricity. When the power fluctuates, the water goes with it. Medications, there's a pharmacy, great, but what about diabetics who need refrigerated insulin? Anyone on continuous maintenance medication? Blood pressure, anticoagulants, anti-seizure drugs, antibiotics, which in any collapse scenario become worth more than gold because any small infection that goes untreated can kill you. The mall pharmacy isn't your neighborhood CVS with a full formulary. It's a limited stock with limited variety, and nobody is restocking it. But the problem the film captures most honestly is the psychological one. They're inside those walls for days, then weeks, with no real prospect of change, no reliable information about the outside world, no idea if there's anywhere safe to go. Andy, the guy in the gun store across the parking lot, communicates with them from the rooftop for a while, but he's isolated, he's running out of food, and the group essentially ignores his situation until it's way too late. The paralysis that sets in, the routine that develops even in the middle of total chaos, the difficulty of making decisions that involve real risk when you have a zone of relative comfort. All of this is the mall slowly destroying people from the inside while the infected wait outside. There's a detail from the DVD commentary that's worth mentioning. The zombies are decomposing. Over time, they naturally deteriorate. Long-term staying in the mall might actually make strategic sense, but the survivors don't know that. They have no way to know. And the human need to move to find something better, to refuse to die in a department store. That's too powerful to be contained indefinitely. The infected are terrifying, but they're not the only reason most...
All right. 2 people quit in a row. GG's. So yeah, I'm gonna get going. I gotta get ready for work. So I guess they quit at just the right time. Shit. Thanks. I'll be back on later tonight, I think, after work. Usually I work overnight, but they need me for the daytime. So bada bing, bada butt. So I should be back on tonight. I shouldn't be too tired. I should be able to get back on tonight. But anyway, peace out. Later. Love you. And yeah. Bye.